What's going on, guys? Doing a quick weekly roundup of all the services and reviews and trade results and things from this week. So I've started doing this every Sunday, and hopefully it's something that will be useful for you guys. So instead of doing like video after video after video, just kind of putting it into a blog post. So everything that I'm talking about can be found, including all the links and everything you need to follow up on this stuff at this blog post, and I'll link it in the description below so you guys can go and find everything I'm talking about. Make it easy. So first off, if you're not in my Facebook group, come to this post and join the Facebook group. Loads of people in there talking about different alert services, and I think it's a pretty useful community to be part of, so definitely worth joining that. And so this week the markets were down again, which is really frustrating. This is the 5-day 5 minute, so we had a kind of a decent start, and then it's just been kind of downhill, just following this downtrend all week, which has been pretty irritating. So far, especially if you were long anything like we were in Bullseye Trades by Jeff Bishop, which I'll talk about in a minute. I did a video earlier on that, but I'll touch on it again. And so the one thing that actually worked really well for me, and it's been something that used to work really well, and it kind of stopped for a few months, and now it's working really well again, is this GPS trader. So if you come to this article, check it out. It's basically what you see on these charts. If I go to SPY, just go real quick. It's a premium indicator that you have to buy, but it's worth it. And it's been working really well. Like for the whole of August, I've been making money again with it. You can see I took this trade on a confirmed down. I bought puts and rode this all the way down for about a 40% win. And for the rest of the week, it's been really reliable as well. So I think once we have this downtrend again established, the GPS has come back into its own. So I've been doing great with the GPS recently. So if you're using it, maybe it put you off, maybe you stopped using it, might be worth revisiting. And if you haven't tried it yet, it's an awesome tool. You can check it out at this article here. And so it gives you all the places to buy and sell. It's pretty useful. But like anything, it's not infallible, and you'll have to learn how to use it for yourself. What works for you might not work for somebody else. So definitely worth giving a go though. And so yeah, I did this video. If you're subscribed to the channel, you should have seen this pop up. This is the first loss on Raging Bull's Bullseye Trades that I've taken for a while, and it was a 50% loss, so it was quite a big one. And you can go and check out the full video here or on the channel if you can find it. It was a few days ago. And there's also a link here to the track record for the full Bullseye Trades thing. I think it's important. Some people will join a trial for something, try it once, have a loss, and think it's garbage. But really, what you really want to do is go and look at the full track record and get the full picture. Otherwise, you'll miss out on next week's gains, for example, or the weeks before, which we had like a 200% winner. So you've got to be careful. Make sure you're making the right decisions when you're purchasing these things by looking for things like these articles I do all about the different track records, to make sure that you are getting not just a tiny little snapshot of a bad result or a good result, but the whole picture. And I hope that's what this article on Bullseye Trades does, shine some light on the actual service. The highlight of my week was Jeff Bishop interview. So Jeff Bishop's the co-founder of RagingBull.com. He runs the Bullseye Trade stuff, and I was lucky enough to have him onto the channel live a couple of days ago. And so the replay is linked here. It's also on the channel, but if you can't find it, it's also in this article as well, so you can go and check it out. We talked about everything about why this is the toughest market that we've seen he's seen for 20 years. It's worse than 2008 in a lot of ways, because it's like a slow grind down. So we talk a lot about the market, how he's dealing with it, some of his services, and he gives some really interesting insights into things that you might be interested in. So definitely check out that interview. It was pretty good. In the Discord, I co-own SidekickTraders.com, and so we have a 3-day trial for that. It's been a bit of a slower week. We do have a really good SPX or SPY scalper, Sir Goldman, who's been winning pretty much non-stop. So if you're fast and you want to follow him, something worth checking out. And so he has a really high win rate, something like 90%. And the trades are very quick, sometimes a few minutes, sometimes 10 or 20 minutes. But if you have the time to monitor the channel, you should be able to get in on these things. And some people are doing SPX with him, but some are just doing SPY options and using the direction that he's picking as a way to trade with smaller amounts of capital. So We are still in talks with people there about how to make an auto trader or copy trading system where some of the analysts or traders that in the group could have a system that you basically don't have to do anything with, that they trade for you essentially. These are legal, they're pretty common, they're becoming more and more common, but we're trying to get one figured out and it's taken a little bit of time. Unfortunately, it's a bit delayed. In another service, thetatraders.com, Lance's 0 DTE spreads worked really well this week. They were all winners. They were roughly 2% a day, but that's on the capital, so that's not just on the premium, that's on the amount of capital you put in. So if you were locking up $1,000 in capital, you'd have made 2% on that, $1,000 each day, which is really great. So I like how Lance states it as 2% rather than saying 100% or 50%, which is a lot of the way a lot of people do it, right? They'll talk about the premium rather than the actual amount gained, depending on your capital. So pretty amazing results. These continue to work. He gives them daily on SPX. So pretty cool stuff. And so if you haven't checked out the $7 course, we've basically given an overview on how to sell options and win 90% of your trades. And definitely check that out. Links here. If you want to come straight into Theta Traders, then just click on here and you can come for 0 cost for a week. And then we're going to be doing an Inner Circle membership, which is going to be amazing. So I'm excited to talk more about that in the coming weeks, where Lance is really going to be offering a really special deal for people that want to follow his entire portfolios and entire trading thing. So it's really cool. Matt's oil trades. So Matt, if you know who Matt is, if you don't, I should probably put a link in here for you guys to go and check out his website. I'll do that once I finish this video. And so Matt has been trading oil futures, so selling oil futures to collect a premium, and he's been doing that weekly now, and he says 100%, 100% profit on one of the strangles that he does every week. 10 in a row, so it's pretty amazing. And they're really fantastic. You just lay back, just let the passive income come in. Very, very good service, one of the most popular I've ever seen, so really good. We're probably going to do a webinar about this again. We've done a few. I'll probably try and go in here and link them actually in here as well. And so that brings me to the last part, which is Cryptobots. So you guys that follow the channel probably know I do a bit of crypto trading and a little bit of passive income from Cryptobots, which is really cool. And so I've tested things like Dan Holling's The Plan, and recently I've been working on Joe Peterson's Crypto Wavebot course. It's also called Crypto Swap Profits. It's this amazing course that covers almost everything you need to know. It's like 9 separate different ways on how to make money from crypto, both passively and actively, in all these different clever ways. And recently he introduced this passive way of doing it using something called a Wavebot, which is basically setting up crypto to be scalped in and out, using basically just passive income. And this has been amazing. Even with the drop in crypto recently, I've not really lost any money. I'm still positive, which is great. And hopefully these bots will work out to be fantastic earners going forward. I've had some really good results so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. So at the moment things are kind of on hold because we had a big drop in crypto. So when crypto drops a lot, I'm careful with these bots because they do dollar cost average in, so you've got to be a little bit careful to make sure you're not just locking up your funds for ages. So timing these bot starts can be useful, and sometimes it's wise not to start bots until you feel like you found a pair, a cryptocurrency that looks like it's probably going to start trending up, or at least not drop too much. So I'm talking a bit more about that. It's something that I'm really getting excited about and interested in. So I know one guy who's making a lot of money with these crypto bots, and I'm hoping to sit down with the founder Joel and talk a bit more about this in detail, and we'll see if he agrees to that in the coming weeks. And so really, my reviews have kind of dried up recently, so I've been tied up with other things. I did manage to review something called Marijuana Millionaires by Weiss Research, and so there's a link to that video here. And I've also been really enjoying Capitalist Exploits Insider newsletter, which is something you can get for $1 a week. It's really worth checking out if you're just wanting to get kind of spoon-fed some really entertaining and educational information on current affairs, politics, price of oil, global economics, all this kind of stuff that maybe you don't have time to aggregate by yourself. This Capitalist Exploits newsletter is something that's really low cost, actually pretty funny, and I did a review about that here. So yeah, so make sure you go and check out this article. It's my weekly roundup for the week ending the 3rd of September. And tomorrow's Labor Day, so it's going to be another day off. I'll probably try and find some more services to review and things. But hopefully it's been helpful, and I'll talk to you guys soon.